women, you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't. Your Twitter account...
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Here's a PSA to everybody in Hollywood fleeing Trump. America is not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. You can just get the F out of here. Nobody really wants you here. Anyway, here's one of my favorite articles of all time. Courtney Love has fled America, right? Courtney Love is not fleeing America because she's being prosecuted for the death of Kurt Cobain. No. She's leaving because she's frightened about Donald Trump. Now, the reason why I like this article, which is a couple weeks old, is because it has this amazing little map here. Let's zoom in, shall we? These are all the celebs that have fled. Cher and Ellen, Barbara Streisand, Eva Longoria, whoever the hell that is, America Forever, and Sharon Stone. And you'll notice something hilarious, which is that they all flee to the most homogenous, whitest countries in the poshest European nations. And what I find particularly interesting about that is that these are the same celebrities that have said diversity is our strength, fleeing to much less diverse places in Europe. None of them went to Haiti. That's weird. I thought Haiti was great already. None of them went to Africa. Isn't that funny? These are the people who've been preaching wokeness and that whiteness is a disease. But they're all when they flee America, they go to places that are far more homogenous than this place. I find that very interesting. Missing from this list is, of course, Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie O'Donnell has said that she's now broke after fleeing to Ireland. She thought there'd be pots of gold. What a terrible Irish accent. I'm sorry. Pots of gold. No good at accents, all right? Just give me this one, all right? It's mulligan. Rosie O'Donnell has shared her private pain and personal cost of fleeing the United States. Oh, boy. 63-year-old comedian shared a snap of her 25-year-old son, Blake O'Donnell, sitting in the car while crying about how expensive it is to live in Ireland. O'Donnell, whose family is from Ireland, hinted her move to Ireland as far back as March 7th. Now she's in process of getting Irish citizenship. It's been wonderful. People here are loving and welcoming. I was never somebody who thought I'd have to move to another country. I decided to do that. It was best for myself and my child. I'm so proud and impressed by my resilience. Impressed by yourself. This is right on brand for a Hollywood star. It's not easy to move to another country. I really felt like a family was the safest and best thing to do. Rosie O'Donnell crying. She continued, I'm happy. Clay's happy. I miss my kids. I miss my friends. I miss so many things about home. I'm trying to find home in this beautiful country where it's safe for all citizens to have equal rights. I'll consider going back. Oh, this is great. Okay. She also sold her New York apartment for $10 million. So feel bad for Rosie O'Donnell, right? And she cries. Here's snaps of Rosie. Here she is, clearly having a real one, sharing this nice little drawing of Donald Trump. Trump broke Rosie. From broker. Rosie, also a degenerate, horrible parent. She's like saying she's doing this for her children. Really? Her estranged 27-year-old daughter, Chelsea O'Donnell, who just filed to legally change her surname because she hates her mother so much, pleaded no contest to methamphetamine possession, bail jumping, and obstruction. She'll be sentenced in a Wisconsin court. Here's Rosie's biological child, who is a meth head. She'd been abandoned by Rosie entirely. And left to, squalor and a horrible life from her degenerate, sick mom. It's amazing. They fancy themselves as such heroes of the world. We just want to take care of all the children. We're just here for all the children. We're just here for everyone. We're just fighting for everyone. But they can't even fight for their own kids, right? They can't even save their own children who are addicted to drugs, pockmarks, in prison. They can't do the work of a parent. They can't even manage their own family. Yet they get their yapper keeps going nonstop when it comes to managing our country, Well, now Rosie O'Donnell, you'll be happy to hear, is doing CNN hits from her merry little Irish cabin with a... Really? Why don't you pick that up and try and play it? A large stringed instrument behind her. Rosie O'Donnell says she has no regrets.
Thanks so much for joining us. As you know, some people entertain the idea of moving abroad after the 2024 election. You actually did it. Tell us about your experience so far, and do you have any regrets?
I have no regrets. Not a day has gone by that I thought it was the wrong decision. I was welcomed with open arms. I knew after reading Project 2025 that if Trump got in, it was time for me and my non-binary child to leave the country. And although I was not one of the celebrities who announced that that's what I would do, I made the decision within my family and my therapist, and should he win. And then when he did, we made the plan into action, and we were gone before he was inaugurated.
You've been a longtime critic of this Trump administration and a target.
I'll stop right there. I gotta hop around here just a second. Okay, so first off, she says it's because of Project 2025 that she fled the country. Well, I want to thank you for that. The day after the election, I posted, "It is my honor to inform you that Project 2025 was real the whole time." So maybe Rosie follows us on X. Thanks a ton for that. Also, Rosie is saying, "I'm doing this for my children." Here's your kid. Your kid is a drug dealer and junkie in America who's now a jailbird, clearly mentally disturbed. Like, this is your child, Rosie. Doesn't care about this child. Oh, no. Here, let's continue.
Of President Trump, for that matter, as well. What has it been like watching the last few months unfold from abroad?
It's been heartbreaking, I have to tell you. I knew that if I was in the United States and watched him destroy the country and the Constitution and really pay no mind to any of the laws that the founders stood by and that our country stands for as a beacon of shining light and freedom for the rest of the world, that should he do what the Heritage Foundation said he was going to do in that Project 2025, that we were going to be in big trouble. And it's as bad as they promised, and even a little bit.
How do I donate to the Heritage Foundation? Thank you. Heritage Foundation writing Project 2025 got Rosie O'Donnell out of the country. That alone is worth it. I know that Trump caught a lot of hell for the whole Project 2025 psyop. I think it was hilarious. But these are results, okay? These are results that you can campaign on and that you can fundraise on. Rosie O'Donnell, who looks like Timu Ben Franklin, that's good, says she doesn't regret leaving the country because of Project 2025 and Orange Hitler. Meltdown claims Trump is defying the founders. I knew that if I was in the United States and I watched him destroy the country and the Constitution, pay no mind to the laws that the founders stood by, that our country stands for the beacon of, you should study the founders, Rosie. I don't think they would agree with you on anything, actually. Do you know they're all white? Whoa! Do you know the country you moved to, Rosie, it's more homogenous than why? Can somebody please ask, why didn't Rosie flee to Somalia? Why didn't she flee to Gaza? Why didn't Rosie flee to Chad? Go to Chad. I'm sure you can get a nice place next to a diamond mine. Why does Rosie flee to Ireland? I'm so glad she left the country. Hopefully, Ireland keeps her. That's right. Ireland doesn't want Rosie. If you listen to some of the words that the Irish people are saying on the streets of Dublin, you'll find that, well, they're not huge fans of her. In fact, they want her to go back to America, which is going to create a real problem for us, right? So, like, what happens next? It's a trade war. But the trade war is who has to keep Rosie O'Donnell. Here, have a listen to this.
Has just moved to Ireland. How do you feel about her coming to Ireland?
Probably about as happy as I am with the thought of the Clintons coming to visit there last year. I'm not best pleased, but us Irish are always welcoming no matter what, I suppose. So, yeah.
Do you consider Rosie O'Donnell an illegal immigrant coming into your country?
Absolutely, yes. I do.
Would you like her to leave?
Yes.
There's hope for Ireland yet. Rosie O'Donnell, stay broke and stay away from America. Way to go. These are the deportations I'm talking about. These and all the other deportations. Okay. All right. Project 2025. Like, share, and subscribe for more Project 2025. See ya.